one. We're talking about the real estate market today, and we're talking about how things move along in the summer. This is veteran realtor here in the DMV, Mark Smith with RE/MAX. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning to you, Wiz.
Good to see you. Good to see you. So let's talk
you.
about this summer market, because this is the time of the year when people start moving around, start selling houses and buying houses, trying to get into a good area. A lot of parents start looking for good schools. So what are the things we need to know about the market in the summertime?
So right now, this market is typically is your spring market. This wouldn't normally be a spring market; it would be a summer market. But because everyone has held off because of the interest rates being so high, they were waiting for them to slide down.
Right.
They didn't slide down.
Right.
So what happened is prices are continuing to go up. So a lot of people just decided, you know what? Let me jump in the market now. I'll refinance later. So those that are trying to get people getting their children in school, they need to move now, because by the dates coming up in August, you need to have your addresses already filled out. You need to know where you're going. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much it right now, the way the market is running.
So what are the things that people need to know about buying? Now, if you're not a parent or whatever. If you're trying to buy right now with these interest rates so high, because normally, they're pretty low before recent times.
They
were pretty low. What do people need to know? What do they need to do? How do they need to prepare to tackle this market?
So I think what they need to do, first off, is get with your mortgage officer. Get with a lending company, one that's reputable. And your agent can help you with that if you don't know anyone. And I think you need to try to go through an automated underwriting system. Back in the day, we always talked about pre-approvals versus pre-commitment letters. Well, right now, what you want to do are pre-qual letters. I'm sorry. Today, you need more of almost like a commitment letter, if you can, because the market is so aggressive right now. And in certain areas, you're going to be faced with multiple offers. So what you want to do is you want to have your all your stuff put together, financials all together. You want all your taxes together. Lender will package it up nice and neat for you. Now when you're out there with your agent and you're ready to write on an offer, you're prepared. You can close on it quickly. All your terms are up front. And so now sellers have an easier choice to choose, either you or someone else who's lacking in their financials. So,
trending, as far as trends go, what trends are you seeing right now with the market, just in general? Are there any trends, good or bad? We know the interest rates are high.
Interest rates are high.
And I heard you say that the houses are selling.
Correct. They are selling because there's a lack of inventory. Right now, we have on market right now in the DMV somewhere between about 1 and about 1.3 months worth of inventory. What that means is that we have more buyers than we actually have properties to sell them. So that's what's pulling the prices, jacking the prices up. The only problem is that everybody's stumbling a little bit, and so you have multiple offers in certain segments of this market, in this real estate market. You have certain segments where you're actually competing, and some you're not. So at the end of the day, you really need to put the best offer that you can together with your realtor, with your mortgage lending officer, and see how you fare. I mean, literally, that's what you have to do.
So in the past, many years ago, we had people who were biting off more than they could chew because the market was high. How do you avoid a scenario like that where you're like, okay, I can do this, and then you jump in and then you're like, no, I can't do this?
Well, I think that comes down to what your comfortability is with your own financing. How much house can you afford? You never want to be house poor. No good agent worth their salt should ever tell you to be house poor. So you have to figure that out as far as, do you pull from 401ks? Do you pull from additional savings account that you need? Because again, when you're in these multiple contract situations, you may have to go above and beyond the list price. And that's where you sometimes have to pay the difference of the appraised value in cash versus what you contracted for. So have money.
have money.
Have some money.
And you need to have it up front and be ready.
You need to be ready. Yes, you do.
All right, so how do you find a good realtor and know? Because I heard you mention that's where the realtor comes in and says, don't bite off more than you can chew.
Correct.
So how do you find a good realtor? How do you know you're in a good situation?
Well, I can tell you right now, you want to talk to Julie Robinson and Mark Smith Associates, me, and my partner at RE/MAX Realty Group. Throw that plug in real quickly. But I think you should at least interview at least 2 to 3 agents if you don't have anyone that's been recommended to you. And even if you have, it's a good idea to interview an agent so that you have an idea of who you're getting and what you're getting. Does this agent have experience? Have they sold 3 or 4 homes a year, or have they sold 50, 60, 70 homes a year? I'm not saying that the 50, 60 agent who sells that many is better than the one who's only sold 3 or 4, because at one point I was only selling 3 or 4 a year. But I will say this, in this challenging time right now, and with some of the new NAR settlement issues that are going to be hitting the market come this August, you're going to need to have an experienced agent to guide you through this market, for sure.
Right. I also read that, I think this was last week I read this, about ARM. It's time for people to, that ARM, you know, when you buy that, you know, of course you do.
Adjustable rate mortgages.
Of course you know what I'm talking about, because you're a realtor, and I just read it. But the adjustable, the ARM.
Yes, the ARM.
A lot of people, those are coming up.
Yes, they are.
So what you probably should be paying attention to this before you even get close.
You should be definitely paying attention to it, because when these rates, when these products adjust, they can adjust quite a bit.
Actually, we should go back and explain for those of you who don't know.
Okay.
I know a lot of you do know, but those of you who don't know what an ARM is.
So an adjustable rate mortgage is a product. Let's say right now a lot of people are doing conventional. We hear about FHA. We hear about VA loans. But an ARM product is an adjustable rate mortgage that allows you to get into a property typically at a lower interest rate for a short period of time. So say a 5/1 ARM. I'm going to be fixed rate for 5 years, and then it's going to adjust. Well, when it adjusts, it's going to adjust. It's going to jump up. It will not adjust down, just because the interest rates are where they are.
Right.
So your impact on a monthly mortgage can range anywhere from $200 to $400, maybe $500 when that mortgage adjusts. Right. So is it affordable? It was affordable when you took it out 5 years ago, but now it's getting ready to adjust to market rate. And now all of a sudden, if you were used to paying a payment, let's say $2,500, their payment now be $3,000.
Right. And
you need to budget for that.
Right.
Okay. Or refinance.
Right, I'm going to say refinance is the other option, but you can't let it get to right up until like it's tomorrow.
No.
You have to do it well in advance. Again, paying attention.
Well
in advance.
Yes,
well in advance.
Absolutely.
All right. What about taxes? Anything we need to know about real estate property taxes or insurance? Because I also read that regular insurance was increasing, and that could make everything go up a little bit.
Insurance have been increasing just because of some of the devastations we've had around the country, some of the natural impacts that have been going on. But I want to say this too. Scratch that.
No, that's all right. We can keep
We
going.
can keep going, because I forgot what I was getting ready to say. Forgot what I was going to say about that. Say that again.
Well, I was just talking about how insurance rates.
Insurance rates.
Insurance rates are going up, and I've been reading about how if your insurance, your personal insurance goes up, then you're going to have to pay more in your mortgage.
You're going to be paying more. So also what's going to happen in paying in your mortgage is not only has interest rates gone, so interest rates are up, insurance is up, but also what's up is the fact that, I don't know why I keep throwing this out. I've lost it again.
That's like, because wisdom is keeping you too long.
That's
what it is. Yeah. So interest rates, what else? Interest rates, insurance rates, property taxes, all those things.
I know what it was.
Okay.
So property taxes are actually being assessed this year for 2024.
Okay.
Julie and I have received dozens of calls from people going, help, because my mortgage payment is changing.
So what do you do?
What's going on is, well, you have a couple of options. You can talk to your bank who services your mortgage, and you can say, hey, I would like to pay the difference in my escrows that are short. And the reason your escrows are short is because when you set up your mortgage, you set it up based on what we call a PITI, principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. So all of those things, such as your taxes, your taxes and your insurance, are cut out and are paid separately by the lender. Okay. Well, guess what? Your taxes just went up another $1,000 because all of our property values have gone up. Okay. Taxes are getting ready to go up as well. Your escrows are short, which means that the money that's been pooled and been set aside, we're going to be short on those. So you can ask your lender, can you pay the difference in full up front? Or you can net it out into your mortgage over a 30-year. You can net it out over a 30-year amortized schedule. Okay. I personally would just go ahead and write a check and pay it off to keep my mortgage payment the same. Okay. What if it went up and you don't have, I don't know, if you don't have the money to pay it, should you just keep paying it at the higher rate? Say if it was... Well, your mortgage payment is going to go up slightly. Right. So what you're going to have to do is now you're going to have a new mortgage payment. Yes. You're not going to be paying the same mortgage payment you were. Okay. Right. Because you have to adjust for the taxes and insurance that have just increased. Right. Your principal and your taxes, your principal and your interest remain the same. Right. Okay. It's just the taxes and the insurance that are going to change. But you advise, if you have the money, go ahead and pay it. Have the money, pay it up front. Pay it up front and be done with it. And that way your interest payment remains the same as what you've been paying. Okay. Okay. Otherwise, it's going to slightly adjust upward. Gotcha. Okay. Anything else that we need to know? Did you give me your website? Oh, website, JulieandMarkHomes.com or MarkandJulieHomes.com. We have it covered all the way around the loop.
Right. All right.
Yeah.
Anything else? Anything else you want to say about mortgages or anything about rates or anything like that?
No, not right at this time.
Okay.
But give us a call.
Okay. You give me a number while you're here.
301-580-3921. And Julie's number is 301-674-8930.
That's it.
That's it. Wrap.
Go buy a house.
There you go.
He's gonna pay. No, I'm kidding.
No, he's going to pay for it. Crazy boy.